What is up everyone? Today we talk about the tournament. There is one item that is absolutely destroying that content. You can release crazy damage if you have it, and I'm not talking about an artifact or a mount, I am talking about a back accessory that is great in other content as well. I want to show you the team I am using and the kind of players I am facing, and you will see I have some pictures and a video. You will see the crazy damage it is releasing on people in the tournament. But right before getting into it guys, let me just tell you that I decided not to push that event here. So yesterday we had a fortune cat, and as you can see here I have no diamond at all. I forced myself not to spend on the fortune cat, so I am not willing to spend on that event. I'm gonna try to save some money during that month on Legend of Mashuma list. We will see if it is working, if I can stay strong. Do the same guys, don't fall into it. I know a lot of players that thought that they were lucky on that lucky event here because they were able to get the mount earlier. These people are gonna recognize themselves, so just don't think you are lucky, because if you think that, you are gonna push and you will be close to the guaranteed 1,000 to get the artifact, and you will spend a lot, alright? So be careful when you are spending in this game. But if you are spending, use the code LEGEND on the right of the screen, so you are supporting my channel, so you are not spending for nothing. No, forget about it, just don't spend on the game. I mean, don't spend too much at least. Okay, so here we are. I switched the screen, I'm gonna push myself a bit here so it is a bit better. And let me show you the discussion I had with the teammate I have in the tournament. He's a Martial Sage, a very strong, one of the strongest one we have on the game at the moment. For the power he has, I mean. He has a very strong build and nobody can beat him if he is using the right set, alright? I tried and I deal absolutely no damage with my Warbringer, but I can kill other Martial Sages with my Warbringer build, whatever. He's super tanky, and he decided to equip the Scorpion mount to deal more damage on Martial Sages, and we were relying on me for the damage to kill the others, and basically that was our strategy, and that was working well until we faced these opponent here. And he said, but if I had been using the shuttle, we would have lost a different fight because the other team had the Scorpion mount. So we were fucked either way. And I bet you won't be able to try to explain the damage he was doing because I can't explain this shit. He was a bit mad. He just one-shots me like I have no HP at all. That item that I'm talking about, this is the Tiger Back accessory. You will recognize it right here. Just let me show you that fight. So these were our opponents. So let's just see what is happening. I'm just not gonna pause that, just to see how fast our guy is dying here. You see that? Few hits only and he's dead already. And you have the same composition in front. We are a Warbringer and a Martial Sage. In front you have another Warbringer and another Martial Sage. So let's try to pause that, alright? Let's try to understand what happened. So the fight is starting. We are using the Blitz Assault and all our skills, alright? So you can see the animation on that guy here. So he's using the Pixel Sword, and at the moment he's immune to damage while casting that attack. Gotta try to pose it. We are taking some counter damage here, and the damage coming from the skills of the Martial Sage based on max HP, alright? So this is the damage I'm taking, okay? Per hit. This is not a lot, right? But all of a sudden, BAM! You can see the animation behind. So this is clearly the Tiger Back, and in one attack only, all HP gone. And look at that, this is a tank. And he has absolutely crazy stats. And if I remember, the guy in front had the same power as me, and if I show you my stats, wait a second. I'm back in game. This is what I have on my character at the moment, alright? Crit damage 10,000. Counter multiplier 65,000, and if I scroll down, these are my final HP, attack, and defense. So he had almost the same in front, maybe just a little bit more stat, or maybe more attack and less counter multiplier, maybe a bit more crit damage, but this is almost the equivalence, alright? So that was one attack only, so let's just continue and understand what happened next. And here, that was the Pixel Sword, alright? So it dealt like that amount of damage. So the Tiger Back, one hit, plus the pixel sword. The Warbringer only destroyed a tank. Insane. That is insane. The thing is that in the tournament, the rules are not the same as in classic arena. Apparently, you can deal more damage based on HP and stuff like that. I don't exactly know how it works, but you can have more heals as well if you're using the Tiger back with the Candelabrum artifact. For example, you are receiving a lot of heals and stuff like that. So if you're not getting one-shotted, it can help a lot. And you can see, by the way, that I healed full life because I'm using the recent artifact we had to regen our HP to the state it was 3 seconds ago. So very strong here, so it didn't proc my cheat amount, and so I am still alive for now. But the thing is that I can't deal the same amount of damage at the opponent. Let's continue the video. So here, that was the cheat amount. Absolutely wild. So let's summarize it. Tiger back, 1 hit, alright? Pixel sword, another hit. And then cheat amount, 3 hits coming from the artifact, the mount, and the back accessory, and the tank in our team is dead. And look at that, it procced my second HP bar as well. And this is the damage I can inflict with my Tiger back. And that was the Tiger back here. So my Tiger back, so great damage as well. And then my cheat amount. So I was close to beat him as well. I was lacking just a bit of damage because, as you can see here, the Warbringer is dead. And if I had just at least a bit more damage, I would have won the fight. This is something that we did, by the way. We lost 2-1. So that didn't depend on luck, but yeah, absolutely wild damage coming from these items. So just in case you don't know what items I'm talking about, I'm just coming back in game and let's check that together. Alright, so by the way, this is the build I use just in case you're asking about it. So I'm using these skills, so the Blitz Assault is mandatory, this one to increase my damage and my resistance to damage, the Smoke Bomb to increase the damage taken by the opponent, the Cactus to reduce the attack of the opponent, and this one to increase my crit rate, crit damage. The best combination to increase your damage in that content. You can use maybe the Tornado or the Windborne Arrow if you want to do that. Not the Windborne Arrow, I don't remember, or whatever. This one is an amazing skill to use. Here I tried to reduce the damage I was taking, increase my crit damage, reduce the crit resistance of the opponent. This one is one of the best to increase the damage on the opponent. And here this one is great on the Warbringer, so you increase the attack speed of the opponent while reducing his damage inflicted to you, so this is great. And these to lower the damage of the opponent. I reduce the damage I take with that book here on the relics. I increase the efficiency of all the other relics, and that is working very well. Counter damage on the prayer statue. Then I'm going to show you my talents right after. These are the items I was talking about. So this is the Tiger back. One of the best, one of the strongest you have in the game at the moment. For PvP, this is a must-have. But if you are a DPS, basically every time you are losing some HP, you have a chance to land an attack on the opponent. So if you lose a lot of HP all of a sudden, you are going to proc multiple times the effects of that Tiger back, and you can deal a lot of damage based on your skill, combo, and counter. Plus 1% of the target's max HP for each proc, so you can do a crazy amount of damage with that back accessory in that content especially. Then I was using this one, that is a recent one, but the other guy in front was using this one, which is an amazing one to release damage, as you've seen on the video, right? And the cheat amount, of course, if you don't have the cheat amount, the Christian mount can do the job if your goal is to survive a bit longer, alright? Then I was using the Anubis, and I'm working on this one at the moment, just to try to get the same affixes and check the difference between the Anubis and this one. Just a personal test, alright? These are the items I was using. You have another combination of items that is great in that content, and I suppose that I need to change that. Let me show you. This is the one. So by using that, you are dealing some damage based on max HP on the target, and you are using this one to reduce the damage resistance of the target, and you are getting some shields. So generally, this one is better for that set. So I'm gonna come back on it. All right. So these are the souls I was using. I tried to balance my counter damage, my crit damage, and my attack, and get some defensive stats as well. For the scrolls, this is what I am using at the moment. Apparently, increasing your attack increases by a lot the damage of the cheat amount. but I need to balance my damage, and this is the best thing I found on my Warbringer. Try to balance the crit damage and the attack, and then try to get some defensive stats. The counter damage you are getting from that soul here, from that seal, is bad, so don't upgrade that, okay? Then my talents. Let's get into my talents. This is what I am using. So this is a Warbringer build, and I'm using things to heal my character when I'm falling around 5% HP. So I'm not going on the left anymore because I'm dying super fast, and my goal is to use a glass cannon build to release a lot of damage in a short period of time. So instead of using this one here, I decided to go with this one on the right, so I'm dying fast, I'm healing, I'm getting more damage, and this is the best thing I found, alright? So of course you want to increase your crit damage and counter damage here, the counter damage here as well, and I'm trying to get some heals here and there, so I am upgrading that at the moment, and then HP, attack, and defense everywhere, of course, and the heals with the counters as well. On the archery, I went on the left to increase my crit damage, of course, the attack, HP, and defense, and the crit damage there. And then I went at the top to increase all my resistances here. So I'm more efficient versus all DPS classes in the game, alright? Then on the sorcery, I went on the left to increase my attack every time I'm casting a skill. That is very important. Then I decided to go for the wand, just in case someone has some heals in front. The heals on the block here, the wand is not working when the target has the blitz assault or the shield, so be careful about that. You need to know about it. Crit resistance on the right, and this one to increase my energy regen, and this one as well. Same principle as for the Fury here. When my HP fall down below 20% for the first time, my cooldown are accelerated for 5 seconds, which is very, very strong, alright? And then the resistance is at the top, same as on the archery and same as on the tame beast tree here. And so now if you want to know exactly the stats I have on my character, I forgot to show you my divining path. So here I try to increase my crit rate everywhere I could. This is only a purple, so I can do better, but for now I'm focusing on unlocking all the stats here to have a 4 everywhere, and this is what I am trying to get. Ignore combo and ignore counter first, that is very strong. I am currently trying the ignore block because the tanks are trying to get a lot of block, and I feel like it is more efficient. Apparently it is more efficient than the pierce. So crit rate, ignore combo, ignore counter, and ignore block. Alright, this is what I am focusing on at the moment. And for my stats, crit rate more than 100, even though I'm not using the Bistro Bow, I have more than 100% thanks to the Divining Path. That is very important for me to be constant in damage. Crit resistance, I have almost 2000%. This is very interesting versus DPS classes, so you can resist a lot more. More than 10,000 crit damage, ignore combo 48%, ignore counter 44%. Counter, I am close to the 100%. That would be better, of course, if I had 100%. I'm working on that. Then I have some ignore evasion. That is important too. Basic attack multiplier 4,400. This is not a lot, but still, I guess that it is helping. Combo damage raise 43%. Counter damage raise 43% as well. Basic attack damage raise. This is for PvE only, so I don't care. Skill damage raise 42% and power damage raise 63%. So this is what I'm using in my HP here. And I just figured out that I forgot to show you the stats I had on the enchants. I worked a lot on these enchants, and if you check that coefficient here, it is giving to me plus 120% global counter. Look at the hell of it. I have a counter damage as main and 24% global counter here. Here, power damage res and 25% global counter. Here, 27% global counter. Another 27% here, and there another 16%. So I need a better here. I'm working on that, and I can't get any of these with crit damage as main and global counter as a second substat. That would be awesome. I can still have like a 25 to 30% more global counter here if I can have a better rune here and a better there. So guys, that was all for that video. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Let me know if you are using something different and if it is working better. If you have something working better in that tournament, let me know about it. Have a nice day, guys. That was Aptoide. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.